So, a great man passed away this week, Bob Proctor. Back in 1998, when I was about 31 or 32, it had been about 15 years since I initially left high school, where I'd been bullied quite badly, and I'd also had quite a troubled home life at that time. And I'd been a bit of a lost soul. I'd gone to university and college and everything and tried various things and gotten some qualifications. And yet I still hadn't really made anything of myself. I was single, I had no job, I had no money, and I'd had surgery in the stomach for Crohn's disease, Crohn's colitis of the bowel. So I was quite literally, as Bob himself would say, unhappy, sick and broke. And I didn't know what to do, and I was kind of searching for answers. And a friend of mine gave me a cassette tape. And on side A, it just had one word written there, attitude. And on side B, it had another one-word title, responsibility. And I played those two sides. And at first, I was very resistant. I thought, oh my God, it's going to be an American guy, and he's probably going to talk about God or something. It's probably some Christian thing, or it's Amway or something like that. And I was very cynical. I was very negative in my thinking because I'd been through an awful upbringing. Lots of things had gone wrong. Not blaming my parents or anything, but a lot of things had gone wrong for me at home and at school. And I just had a very negative, cynical outlook on life. And I didn't think I did. I thought I was a positive person because I was very earnest about wanting to do things in my life and wanting to be happy. But I didn't realize that I was hoping positive, but I was thinking negative. And I thought I was, a hopeless case, that nothing would change. But I made myself listen to Attitude and Responsibility by Bob Proctor from his Winner's Choice series. And he said on the tape, keep listening to this twice a day, every day for 30 days. Commit to that. And I started playing it over and over. My dad said, aha, something's going on in that bedroom. You're brainwashing yourself for that crap, aren't you? Well, I said, Dad, you might think that, but you're not going to complain when you see the results. Because I started listening to another recording of Bob that a friend gave to me. And in that one, Bob said, it's like a building. It takes a long time to lay the foundation, and then the superstructure goes up practically overnight by comparison. When you're listening to this stuff, you're laying the foundation. I learned to have a good attitude, to see the positive in every person, to look for the good in everything and every situation. I learned to take responsibility, to not blame my life situation on, society or the government or politicians or the economy or my parents or kids at school. And I learned that I could, if I wanted anything, if I set a goal and I took responsibility for making that goal happen, and I was persistent and I didn't give up, and I maintained that good attitude and I did all the right things, it could happen. And things began to change. Now, if that hadn't happened, I never would have met my wife. I never would have had my children. When my son Aidan was born, I asked my wife, can we give him the second name of Robert after Bob Proctor? Robert Proctor. So he's Aidan Robert. And now Bob's gone. And I wrote a list of all the things I wanted to see in my future, and I took his advice. I wrote, I am so happy and grateful now that I am, and I put a teacher with a good income, my own house, a wife, 2 children, a good car, writing books, making videos. I have a big TV and all of my favorite TV shows on DVD or something. I listed good health. I listed everything that I wanted, and I got it all. I ticked every one of them off. Next year, I'm due to have my house paid off. I was broke. I was on the dole. I was on unemployment when I listened to those tapes. I didn't even buy them. I was given them to listen to for nothing. I actually met Bob in 2002. I went to a convention just to meet him, and I shook his hand and I said, "Thank you for everything you've done for me. Your teachings really changed my life." And he was such a nice guy. So it's sad to me that he's passed away, but his teachings are still out there. And what a generous man. He's put so much of his stuff on the internet for free. It's all over YouTube. And he's just touched so many lives in a positive way. So thank you, Bob Proctor. Thank you for being the great mentor I needed in my life. And rest in peace. I'll continue to listen to your teachings for many years to come, I'm sure. Thank you and farewell.